and hopefully here on YouTube as well, and as well as Facebook. I'm hoping that you guys can hear me. We're going to see. Looks like we got some sound, which is a good thing. I'm going to go to the show and check out the comments. I'm going to go don't want to do that. I got 2 watching, and it looks like there is sound, which is actually good. So we're getting it's going to happen tonight. YouTube actually has sound, which is good. That's the good thing. You guys are hearing me on YouTube. Are you hearing me on Facebook? Because that might be an issue. Okay, I'm gonna go back and forth. Not sure. I know that I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna see if it. Well, hopefully it's on. It should be at least on the Captain Jack page. We'll see. We'll see if we have any takers here. We are live. I know it's a bonus. I know there wasn't a lot of preparation, but the one good thing is that I know that there's sound this time, which was infuriating to me last time because nobody could hear me. And you guys that were listening to me swear without being able to hear me swear, yeah, that's just the way it is. So I am live on I'm live on Facebook, and I am live on YouTube. So I'm live on both. So if you're watching, thank you. All right. Tommy Beard's in the house. That's good to know. Thank you, Tommy. I'm looking at the comments. So you are here. Thank you, Tommy. Tommy's over there on YouTube. If you're here on Facebook, I don't know, because I'll have to put that one up. I'll go ahead and put the Facebook over on here so I can try to get all the comments together. We'll see if it works. That's going to be hard, but we're gonna try anyway. We'll do the comments, and I know that I don't even know if the music was sounding off at the beginning of the show. I'll have to come back when I get a chance to. We'll see. I don't know whether I have enough bandwidth or not, but we'll see. If I don't have enough bandwidth, okay. So, see, now I'm seeing all the comments. Okay, I see that. See, now I'm seeing everybody. Okay, this is good. Okay, I didn't get a chance to see the comments prior, so again, apologies here. I got the Facebook comments here. Now I can see them, so that's a good thing. So I'm glad. So I got comments. Again, it sounds like it's a cluster, but at least it'll get going. It's better a cluster than no cluster at all. It's hard to see the comments. Gosh darn it. Okay, let me say hello to everyone. I got Raider Homer in the house, not showing up on YouTube. Why is that? It should be on YouTube. Daniel Hines, thank you for coming in. Dottie Bell and Monty Hall, thank you. Are you going to be at opening day weekend? Rodney Van Houten asked. Yes, I am. I got a bunch of other people here. I got Mark and Jenny, Jimmy Mitchell, Kai Seaborn, NorCal Rhetoric, thanks for coming in. Doug Howard, Ronnie Gutierrez, and Joe Gonzalez. Hopefully you're still here. I don't know if you're still here or not. I don't know. Broadcast has been paused. Crap. Not showing up on you. If you're on YouTube, I only see Tommy. I only see Tommy Beard. So if you are on YouTube, let me know, because I only see Tommy Beard, and that's a bummer, but that's just the way it is. I got Tommy Beard and maybe some folks still on Facebook. I don't know. I don't think it's still. Well, is it still on the Captain Jack page? Yeah, probably not. Let's try this again. It's a matter of getting things squared away. Let's try it again. We'll go live, and this way I'll know that I'll have more people on here. Okay. You got an upset for Saturday? Okay, Tommy. We'll talk about that. I'm trying to go simulcast. So it looks like I do have at least, hopefully, a camera coming on. It might be a matter of bandwidth. We can only hope it's just a matter of bandwidth. But yeah, what's your upset for Saturday, Tommy Beard? I am going back and forth. Yeah, it's the bandwidth is just it's horrendous. There we go. It's coming in. Just slowly but surely. I'm still waiting on you. I'm still waiting on your upset there, Tommy Beard. God, it's slow. I think I'm gonna have to ask why I need to get a boost. Okay, good. I got some more. A&M beating Clemson. Wow, that would be a hell of an upset. I agree. It would be. I was here but couldn't get any sound on my phone, but it was my end. Good. Well, good. Yeah, like I said, I am putting out sound tonight, which is good. Thank God for that. Because again, I can get rid of all these friggin' website things that are just inundating me with fucking bullshit. If I can get them to turn off, I would. It's that sound. I got the Google, I got the dashboard here. There we go. Clemson lost. Well, no, Raider Neil is there's Tommy saying that Clemson is going to lose to A&M. We'll see. That would be a hell of an upset. I'll give you that. If you were here earlier, I thank God that you can hear me now, because again I got really upset before in the fact that there was no sound for the YouTube show that we had. I don't know when I put the promo on if the music came on. I don't know. I'll have to see if that's still working. To be honest, I would much rather have sound here and not worry about the music. But we'll go from there. I guess what I'm going to have to do is I guess it's not enough bandwidth, which is unfortunate. But at least we're here. I will have a call-in show if you guys want to call in and join me. We did have what was I saying? We did have the multiple cameras going, but I don't know whether that's going to continue. I am going to stick around here on YouTube, which again, better sound and better quality. And I'm going to make sure that we got to the transition. We're going to put this on. and transition. If you want to call in, there's the phone number right there. 813-699-0834. Let me get my phone up. Oh, yeah, no, it's up. Google Hangouts is up, so we got that. 813-699-0834. Oh, by the way, what is all of this crap about, all of the people getting hijacked? And, it's like, are you in this video? I mean, people's web pages getting hacked on that. It's unfortunate, but yeah, viral video. It shows a picture of me. Yeah, I mean, all these accounts are getting hacked, and it's like I know enough not to click on the video because then I'll be hacked. So I'm not going to do that. The number is up there, though. We will take phone calls, 813-699-0834. You want to call in, go ahead. I wanted to try to do a show without any glitches. At least I know that my YouTube's working here, because otherwise I wouldn't have Tommy Beard or Neil Backman here, which is cool. Thanks. It was working on Facebook for a little bit, but I guess it's not. Let me try to get back over and put folks over and say, if I can get people to go over to YouTube, then we'll have no issues. But that's just the way it is. I tried to get it put on, but it wasn't happening. What can you do? To get it put on, but wasn't happening. There, we mute that so we don't have double sound coming out. And paste. And we'll post that, and hopefully people will come on over. It's very slow. Don't up it. Okay. At least it's on. Doesn't look like the live video has gone in, but let me share it this way. Edit this. Apologies. Trying to do this all by myself. There was a phone call. I heard it. I did hear it. Okay, there was a phone call. I'm going to edit the post here, working on 2 computers. One second. All right. Tommy Beard, how you doing, brother? What's going on with you? Tommy Beard. Tommy Beard. Tommy Beard, can you hear me? This is my goodness. So you can hear me, but is there an issue with my phone? I hope not. Go ahead and try to call back, Tommy. We'll try it again. I heard you call in. I did hear you call in. You can hear me. Hopefully, I just couldn't hear you. And I do have the... I couldn't hear you. This is infuriating. Comes through Messenger and has a photo of you. As long as you don't open it, you're okay. Yeah, crap. So, hey Neil, call up and see if it's the same issue. I want to make sure that it's consistent. I mean, Tommy says he couldn't hear me, and that's unfortunate. Because at least I can Captain Jack you. Okay, Ron McClendon, thanks. Hey, Ron, glad to hear you. Glad to see you in there. There might be some trouble with the phone on the Fire Stick. Cool. Glad to hear that. Go ahead and call in because Tommy couldn't hear me when he was on the phone, and I want to make sure that I hate the fact that I keep having technical glitches. It really pisses me off. It really pisses me off.
I don't understand.
If you guys heard that, Google said that she didn't understand what really pisses me off means. Well, that's just the way it is. Anyway, one thing I did want to open up with, and this is important to me, and I want to give credit where credit is due. This was the flag that I gave to my mom when I retired. I found it in my mom's house last week. It was in various bad states of disrepair. It was not folded correctly. It looked like it just was not. I mean, because this is how you present a flag. Now I put it in a plastic bag to keep it clean. Okay, hopefully we'll get through with the phone call this time. Hang on. Where the hell is it coming from? There we go. All right, hey Ron McClendon, can you hear me? Ron, can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. There's a little bit of a delay, but I can hear you. Ron.
Captain, I can barely hear you.
Okay, hang on. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's really weak, but I can see you. I see it on TV.
Okay, well, I turned up the volume, so maybe that'll help out. Is it better?
It's still really, really weak.
Okay, is that better?
Let me turn the volume on.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Well, we worked through that. At least, well, because I could hear you and I can hear everybody that was calling in. I just wanted to make sure that I can actually hear everybody. And apologies, Tommy, I didn't get a chance to get a chance to hear Tommy when he called in. So, what do you got for me there, Ron? How you doing, partner?
I'm doing great. I'm just looking at all these latest moves, and I'm happy and excited.
Now, what? Hang on.
No, take that call. It's fine.
No. Raider Neil, call me back. Raider Neil, call me back. Okay. No, I have a 5-minute rule. At least everybody gets at least 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
are you close enough to the mic? Is that what it is?
Well, I have the mic back here. Is that better now? Is that better now? If I need to, I'll put the mic up.
It's just like an echoing voice and everything. But you turned me. I don't know what you did before, but you turned me up and everything. But it's getting there.
Okay, because I'm holding the microphone on my lap, which hopefully will make things a little bit easier to hear.
I sound so weird on TV. But anyway, Jack, I just wanted to, I'm excited. At the end of the day, I'm excited. I know everybody's so concerned with Doss and everybody's so concerned with Antonio Brown. As long as the guy produces, I could care less what he got going on.
Right, and bottom line is that as long as he's not a Neil, you're gonna have to wait until Ron's finished with his phone call. You're gonna have to wait, Neil. Go ahead.
But yeah, I just wanted to call in real quick and everything. I mean, it's your volume could come up just a tad bit more, but I mean, I can make out what you're saying, and I did have to turn my TV down so you didn't get no echo.
Is that better?
It's almost.
I don't understand why this microphone is not picking up very well. Is that better?
It's like you're in the middle of a big, great concert hall and you way out there and everything. And you just got to pay attention. You have to be quiet so you can hear it. That's all.
Okay, how's that?
Yes.
That's better.
It's getting there.
It's getting there. Okay. How's that? Better or worse?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay. I have the microphone here. I will keep it here. I mean, I'm looking at my levels on the microphone. I'm pegging red. I mean, really, really red. So I know that it's on. It's about as loud as it can be. So hopefully you can hear better because I can hear you fine.
And by the way, love the Gruden statue right behind you. I'm looking at it and everything. I said he got a smirk on his face. Yeah,
and hopefully he'll be doing a lot about that as far as it'll be real when the season comes out, and that's what I'm looking for is that it for a real happy coach this year, and I mean like you were talking about with Antonio, he can be a distraction, but as long as the distraction is not so much that it takes away from everybody else playing, it'll be better.
All right, that'll work for me. I just wanted to call you tonight, man.
Okay. Well, Ron, when am I going to see you this year?
What was that?
When am I going to see you this year, game-wise?
I'm going to be doing the very last game against Jacksonville. I'm going to try to get some money together and everything to do the tickets because I'm going to bring my son out.
Okay. Well, I should be there. I mean, I plan on being at the very last game in Oakland, which is that game. I'm missing.
I found the hotel room and everything. It's like a mile away from the Coliseum, so I'm gonna be staying at a different hotel just to save a little bit of money. But I just wanted my child to experience that. That's all.
Right.
You know, so as he grow up, he say, "Yeah, I remember them guys when they were the Oakland Raiders before they became the Vegas Raiders."
That's right.
So you know that stuff they don't forget.
And that's one of the reasons why I'm going out to Kansas City this year. I want to be there because I've never been to Kansas City. And granted, I don't like to go out in cold weather, but this is going to be the very last year that the Oakland Raiders go to Kansas City. And that's why I said, okay, I'm going to freeze my ass off the first part of December, but I'm going to be there for it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're going to have a ball at Arrowhead.
No, I'm sure.
And bring a W back.
Oh, I hope so.
Right now, as of right now, I am excited. I'm meeting with a Pittsburgh Steelers fan tomorrow and everything. You know, to get together and see what's going on. And how you doing down there with that hurricane? Are you guys all right?
Oh yeah, we're fine. And in fact, like I said, the East Coast was affected with a bunch of rain, but I'm on the West Coast. We got maybe 25 mile an hour extra gusts. We had very little rain. It was like nothing really happened. So that's just the way that was. You know, there was really nothing you know, to speak of here. My son and my granddaughter are over in Melbourne, so they got a bunch of rain and wind, but like I said, not like it had hit the coast like Irma did last year. Or 2 years ago, whichever one. It was like last year or 2 years ago. That really hurt, and that was a really big storm. So, you know, yeah, we're fine here, and knock on wood, knock if you're with me, like Coach Gruden says. By the way, I didn't see the last Hard Knocks episode because I've just been so busy. Don't tell me about it. But did you get a chance to see it yet?
What was that? Say that again.
Did you get a chance to see the last Hard Knocks episode? I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you haven't seen the last Hard Knocks yet?
No, I haven't seen the last Hard Knocks yet.
Oh no, I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to let you see it for yourself. But it's pretty cool.
Okay. Well, hopefully I get a chance to see it maybe tomorrow. I'd much rather watch that than watching the Packers and the Bears. So if I get home in time, I'll watch Hard Knocks and a little bit of the Packers and the Bears. So I was going to do a Thursday show, but I know most people are going to watch the opener. And again, with all this technical issue, at least tonight, you guys can hear me, and I'm putting it out over YouTube because last time I couldn't get any sound on YouTube, and it pisses me off. But we're going to go back to our regular broadcasting. In fact, next Wednesday, I'm going to continue to do the Coast to Coast Raider Nation podcast with Angria Trask. I got to break into my Spreaker, so hopefully we'll put it out there, and it'll also be on YouTube. So we'll make sure that goes on. It will be on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's simulcast or not, but we'll put it out via Spreaker.com, and I think it uploads to YouTube afterwards. But I've just been so busy, I haven't had a chance to do that as well. I'm still working on getting things done with my mother's death. It's been 2 months already, and it's just a matter of getting everything squared away. It just takes a long time.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, Captain Jack, let me let you go. Let me let Neil go ahead and bump me off the line. It's still a little bit hard to hear you and everything. Maybe it's some kind of audio setting and everything on your microphone, and everything where you got to tune that up. That's all.
Yeah, I'll work on that. I mean, like I said, if I put it up, then it gets too. There's a lot of bass. I'm gonna catch Ed. So thanks again, there, Ron.
All right, no problem. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ed Winchell, how you doing? We're working with the audio issues again. Apologies there. Ed Winchell.
Hello.
Yes, can you hear me?
Captain.
Yes, I can hear you, sir. How are you?
Good. I can't hear you though.
Ah, crap. Well, my microphone is up all the way. I mean, literally, I am pegging out red on the microphone sound levels, and you still can't hear me.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you're coming through very loud, so I got to turn my speakers down. But you can't hear me on my mic?
There you go. I hear you better now.
Okay.
It sounds like a funeral over there.
It sounds like what?
A funeral.
A funeral?
Yeah, I'm calling to jumpstart everybody tonight.
Well, okay. Well, we'll get everybody there. Like I said, the fact is that I finally got the levels where the road is coming in. Like I said, I don't realize why. I'll have to check the settings are pegged all the way. So I don't know why you guys can't hear me because it's on all the way.
Well, I hear you okay now.
Okay, I'll just have to remember that I'm actually going to have to put the microphone up to my mouth here, like Bear does. Eventually, I will have the boom mics. I don't want to do the whole big setup with the boom mics because I have to get a board out and plug the boom mics into the board, and then that'll be a whole other setting, and so. And the boom mic will basically be dropping down here, and I won't have to worry about it, holding the microphone. It is a better microphone. It's just it's a lot of work to do, and again, I'm still waiting on my room to be done. So, if I get a chance to do it during the week, I will. But it's a matter of getting out the soundboard, hooking everything up, and I am not very technical. So I'll probably F it up, and I don't want to do that.
For sure, my friends. Well, I've been listening to Derek Carr, who seems to be head cheerleader for the Raiders these last couple weeks. hope when he's done talking his talking, he'll be able to walk his walk on Monday.
Right. Now, like I said, I obviously have just seen him on Hard Knocks. I haven't really had a chance to listen to a lot of the pressers, but I've been reading. I mean, he's saying all the right things, and it's a matter of, like I said, he's pumping up the fans. But I don't want to. I don't need a cheerleader at quarterback. I need a leader and a real quarterback at quarterback, and Derek has been that. I mean, he's gotten better each year. I mean, other than after 16, now 17 was a bit of an off year, but last year was his best year as a pro, and I only want it to get better.
He does sound like a cheerleader, and it's obvious what he's doing. Like, Raider fans don't need to be picked up. I mean, we've been through thick and thin over the last 10, 15 years, and all we really want to do is, instead of hearing all these guys with that 84 that I'm just tired of even thinking about his name, it's time they walk the walk, and we don't need to get jacked up. We really don't. We're all there. We just want to see a friggin' win. And if we don't on Monday, it's going to be a dire Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean, and this is going to be a good test for the Raiders. I mean, I know that the offense is a hell of a lot better this year than it was last year. The problem is that the Denver defense is one of the better defenses in the league, and with Vic Fangio as their head coach, they've gotten they're more of a aggressive defense, and I know Denver is waiting for that game because there's nothing that they want to do better than to beat Oakland in the last time that they are in Oakland. The Broncos want to do it, the Chiefs want to do it, and obviously the Chargers want to do it. They want to beat the Oakland Raiders at home the last time that they ever go there. So it's going to be a tough game. I think that we should win, but, it's not a matter of should, could, or would. It's a matter of doing. So hopefully it'll get done.
I was wondering what Gruden's thinking. I mean, of course, last year I think we were one of the oldest teams. Now this year it's completely turned around. We're one of the youngest teams, and I'm not really heavy or thinking really, really comfortably with all these rookies that he's keeping on the 53-man squad. Our defense, I think, is very susceptible and suspect still, and hopefully I'll be proven wrong. But, Monday, like you said, will be a big, big test for just what we're all about in 19, and it'll be a very interesting game.
Yeah, and I'm here in Tampa, and I will say the same thing that I listen to, and not that I deliberately listen to their sports talk, but the Buccaneers here are in the same mode that the Raiders are. They have the same wacky schedule where they don't play a home game for 6 weeks because they go to London as well. So they're in the same. They have the same thing going on that the Raiders. They play a game or two here in Tampa, then they go away and they don't get another home game for 6 weeks, just like we do. And everybody here is saying the same thing in the fact that the Buccaneers basically have to just tread water and be, around 500, maybe one game under, before they get to that break. And then it'll be where, they'll have a lot of home games at the end, like we'll have a lot of home games at the end. And, because I have to listen to it, it's still the same thing. The Raiders have their first, 5 games, and then the bye week at week 6. They need to be 3-2 by the bye week. They need to have more wins than they have losses. And it's just going to be hard for that to do. Now, they can do that by, winning the first two and, taking the Bears in London. The Raiders definitely need to beat the Bears in London. I mean, that goes without saying. They have a good chance to beat the Colts in Indianapolis because they meet them week 4. I think going to Minnesota in week 3 is going to be a loss. That's just the way I see it. And they need to beat the first two. They need to beat the Chiefs and the Broncos at home. I mean, that might be asking a bit much, but that's what they really should do. They should beat the Chiefs and the Broncos at home as far as what they need to do. Now, if they at least get a split and they beat the Bears in London like they should, like I said, when it comes to the bye, they need to be 3-2. But as long as they're not 1-4, it'll be better.
I think it's also very obvious that Gruden is still testing Derek Carr. I believe one of the reasons he brought AB on was to test Derek, and with no excuses allowed, let him give it his best shot with the best receiver in the NFL.
Yeah. And, having AB on the team, is obviously he's going to draw double coverage. Don't overlook the fact that Terrell Williams is the number 2 receiver because I think he's going to have a very good year. And if Carr can't get it, I mean, let's look this way. If Carr can't get it to any of the receivers that are there, his receivers this year are the best that they've ever been. Now, everybody's going to poo-poo Waller and losing Cook, but, I mean, Waller has more ability and has more desire than Cook ever did. Now, Cook was a fantastic player, don't get me wrong there, but Waller has more ability and has more heart and desire than Jared Cook ever did. So I think that, he will have a good year with Moreau and Carrier as the 2 and 3. Your other receivers, there's so many good receivers on this team. And, even the guys out of the backfield, there's no reason why the offense can't just turn it up a couple notches. Tommy says we're going to beat the Vikings. I'm hoping he's right because I'm going up to Minnesota for that game. And
Tommy's right. I think we could beat Minnesota.
Well, again, it all remains to be seen. I think that.
Why do you think we can't? Why do you think? What is it about Minnesota that you're not happy that we might not be able to do the job?
No, I just think it's going to be a loss. It's the first. It'll be our first road game. Minnesota is a playoff caliber team, and they have a decent defense, or at least they did. I'll have to get a little bit more into the one-on-ones, when I look at overall when it comes to game week. But it's going to be a tough test for the Raiders. It's definitely not going to be a walkover. So, it's going to be a good game. I just don't know whether we're going to be able to pull it out. Like I said, I'd like to be 5-0 at the bye, but that's asking a lot.
I think our biggest hurdle is going to be our interdivision teams. San Diego, the Chargers, Denver, Kansas City. I think they'll take care of Minnesota. I think they'll take care of the Bears. I think it's, again, going to just come down if we're going to be in the play to be our division rivals.
Well,
it's going to be the good games.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm going to be at the first 4. I'll be at the first 4.
So am I.
Oh, for all of the first 4?
The first 4 home games, I am. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to be at the first 4 games.
No.
Yeah, like I said, so I'm going to Minnesota and Indy, so I'll be at the first 4 games. I'm not going to be there for the other game. Hey, I'm gonna try to get Tommy Beard on there, Ed. Always great talking to you, partner.
All right, buddy. God bless and be well.
You take care as well. That's Ed Winchell. Good to hear from him. And we're gonna try to get Tommy. Hopefully, I can hear you and you can hear me this time.
I hear you just fine, Captain.
Okay, good. Let me get this off. I don't want you to be knocked out because you just got back on. Okay, so how you doing, brother?
I'm all right. I just go ahead and give you your congratulations for your 2 weeks ago, your little win that was given to you. And yes, I said right, was given to you. Let's just move on now. You got that much out of me. You're lucky. Because it was given to you. Because you all did not win that. We lost it. But I'll move
Okay,
on.
but before, wait a second. Wait a second.
No way. Them son of a you-know-what in Gainesville is the number 8 team in the country. And this Felipe Franks is garbage.
Okay.
Man, he gonna run around, run his mouth. Let him run his mouth. Because you know what he did after he ran his mouth? He threw a pick.
Right. Okay, wait a sec.
Garbage.
And I agree with you there. Let me hold you down a little bit. First off, I think Felipe Franks was full of himself. He was all buffed up when he got into the end zone on that one touchdown. Look at me, and then he went out and didn't do anything to prove it. Okay, now, and he throws a pick. The other thing is that the Canes couldn't do anything with that. The Canes had the opportunity to win when the defensive backs of Florida kept giving them chances. The defensive backs lost the game for the Gators without losing the game because the O-line of the Canes couldn't keep the D-line out. I'm not saying that it was given, Tommy, because if anything, the officials and the Florida D-backs did everything in their power to give the Canes that game. So I disagree.
The officials did. What are you talking about? Look at the penalty. 13 penalties for over 100 yards.
Tommy, how many?
They didn't even call against you all. There was a false start before the snap that they didn't call. There was holding that wasn't called.
Tommy, the Gators slid by. They're not the number 8 team in the country, but I disagree with your analysis.
Top 25 team.
Well, they might be a top 20 team, maybe, but that's just the way they're not a top 10 team. I agree.
But I think we beat Minnesota for one reason only. And I actually have us winning the first 4.
Okay.
We beat Minnesota because of Mr. Captain Turnover Cousins. Because all you got to do is put pressure on him and he will throw a pick.
Well, we'll see on that.
I've seen it for 3-4 years here when he was in D.C.
Well,
We beat Minnesota now. Defensively, yeah, they're not bad.
Yeah.
But we beat them.
Well, again, I hope you're right. I really do. I hope you're right. But
for all you fans out there that are so, and I'm going to repeat something that yes, the Bear said, and I agree with him, and I also said it to Raider Neal in a personal message. You all need to stop this shit. AB is a distraction. He did one thing only. Yeah, the whole helmet down. I think that shit was all put on for Hard Knocks. He put all the attention went to him.
Uh-huh.
What the Raiders were doing. Guess what the team was doing in the process? They were getting ready for the season.
Okay.
And this shit was Mayock. That shit was all TV. Because during the whole episode, everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, hey, I'm telling you, HBO threw some cash to his way to do something. Because it was boring. Because everybody was getting along. Everything was fine.
Oh, by the way, here, man, I'll take some cash. Say something. Make news. Everything went away after all this now. They did us a favor.
Well, for all the people that were bitching about Hard Knocks, and again, I haven't seen the last Hard Knocks. I haven't had a chance to.
It's actually interesting.
Okay.
I think last week was probably the best episode.
Don't tell me about it though.
But this one, it's not bad.
Okay. Because
I will say the one player that we cut, I'm surprised, is Brandon Marshall. Especially now we're so thin at linebacker.
Well, here's the thing, though, and I do agree with Mayock's explanation in the fact that today's day and age, there's so many players or so many teams that basically play a lot of nickel on the spread coverages a lot that the linebacker position, I'm not saying it's obsolete, but it's been downsized and downplayed. And the fact that you have a lot of times you have 5 defensive backs on the field, so a lot of people are playing a 4-2-5. Okay, and if you're in nickel and dime for the majority of your time, you have to plan accordingly. The other thing is that if you're going to be a linebacker on this team, you're going to need to play special teams because you have to earn your keep. Brandon Marshall was not going to be playing special teams because of his age and the fact that he's injury prone. You're not going to have Brandon Marshall going out there and being on punt coverage and kick coverage and all the things like that. So
Brandon, he did come out and say that he was hurt. He come back, but he was healthy now.
Right, and there's a pot.
Come back and said he was healthy.
Okay, well here's the thing, Tommy. If the Raiders need a linebacker, it actually makes more sense for them to pick up Brandon Marshall in week 2 or 3 because then it's paycheck by paycheck, it's game checks, not a full season. And if he is healthy and if he doesn't want to sign somewhere else and he knows our system, if Brandon Marshall wants to come back and if the Raiders want to give him a roster spot, it's almost a good deal for the Raiders in the fact that his contract's not guaranteed for the year. It's game by game. And I can see the Raiders possibly looking at Brandon Marshall as an addition at a later time. Okay?
What else is there? The whole Doss thing, I mean, I pretty much put him in the same category as Chris Warner. Played well against starters, played against third-string teams, and what was he going to do against starters? We're going to find out because Jackson will pick him up as a starter. He is on the 53-man roster.
Yes. And
so, I don't. I mean, do I wish him luck? Yes.
Yeah.
Do well up until he plays us week 15.
Right.
But, I mean, I don't see him doing it. He dropped way too many passes. Way too many passes.
Right. And the thing is that it's not just what you see it's not just what you see on the games. It's also what you see in for the practices. I'm very happy that Marcell Ateman made the practice squad because I loved Ateman last year, and I was kind of worried that we were going to lose him to another team, and he ended up, being on the practice squad and then moved up and made it to the team at the end last year. He's got another season on the practice squad. He's a very capable receiver. I like Keelan Doss, but I didn't want to lose them both, but I'm glad to see that Ateman's there. And, I wish Keelan Doss the best. Maybe he'll be a fantastic pickup for the Jaguars, but again, he's still a rookie, and he's going to have the rookie shakes and drops and things like that. So we'll see.
And like I said before starting the show, I have number 12 A&M going into Death Valley and beating Clemson.
Okay.
Watch. A&M had them beat last year.
I don't recall the game. I don't recall the game.
No way. I'm telling you, they don't do it this year.
Yeah, now
Jimbo, and I will say his name right because he's not up in trailer casting. And yes, I pronounced it right, trailer casting. Let me say this now. Florida State fans, Don't boo Willie Taggart. He's doing an excellent job. I think he deserves a assistant. keep Willie in. Oh my God, keep Willie in there. Please keep Uncle Willie in Trailer Casting. My God, please.
Well, we'll see on that there. Now, who do the Canes have this weekend?
We have North Carolina in North Carolina.
Okay.
I'm nervous
Oh.
because North Carolina's coming off of a big win. We're coming off of, might as well say, 2 weeks off after 2 weeks. North Carolina coming off a win, emotional win last week. I'm worried.
Okay.
It's been the last 7 years, 8 years, 10 years. We have not played well against a quarterback that's mobile. If you got a mobile quarterback that it seems, I don't know what it is, it kills us.
Yeah.
So even though this kid is a true freshman.
Oh, I saw the North Carolina South Carolina game, and that North Carolina quarterback
Is legit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was with us starting a true freshman tackle on one end, a redshirt freshman on the other end at tackles. And I told you before the Florida game, when we talked that night, that day, I told you I was worried about the offensive line with the tackles.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
Yeah.
Okay, do I think we can win? Yeah. Do I think it'll be close? Yeah. We always struggle with North Carolina.
Yeah.
And it's a night game.
Yeah.
I right now we're favored. I think it's 4. I think we're favored -4. I think the setup is in on us. I really do. That place is because I was going to buy tickets. I was going to go down and go watch it.
Yes, it's about a 4-hour drive?
The kickoff, that game was over, what was it, 6, 7 o'clock? About 7, 8 o'clock. It was about 20 minutes after kickoff. I went to the shower, came back out, and tickets were already sold. Gone.
Okay.
I was like, what the hell? That fast?
Well, hey Tommy, I'm gonna let you go to let others talk, but it's always good talking with you as well. We'll see about the Raiders and the Canes this next weekend coming up.
All right.
Hey, quick though, before I let you go, the game. Oh, okay, didn't get I wanted to get it. Tommy, what do you think the score will be for the Monday night game? So let me know there. I want to hear what Tommy's prediction is for the Monday night game, Raiders and Broncos, which means the line is open. Raider Neil, you were calling before, but I wanted to make sure that I had everybody had a chance to talk. So call on back there, Neil. It'd be good to hear from you as well. I know that Chris Donnet says 35. Wow, 35-16. You really think the Raiders are going to score 35 points on a Vic Fangio defense? Well, I caught that it would Raiders win, Chris. I think that's a lot. I think it's going to be a little bit 37-24. Okay, that's a little bit that's still high though. I mean, I'm hoping we put up over 30, but remember that defense, that Fangio defense is good. And what I think it's going to be lower scoring. This is me. I think it's going to be lower scoring. I can see it like 21-17. Or if it's more than 21, it's because the Raiders get a defensive touchdown. So maybe like 28-17. Okay. Ed says close to what I said. 27 says I think like 28-17 if the Raiders defense scores. Otherwise, 21-17. 2 touchdowns for AB. Jacobs with 1. Okay, so wow, so okay, Chris. We'll see. Again, that's just like I said. The Denver defense is not going to be that much outplayed. I think we win. I think we win in a close game. But I don't like Flacco. I think that Flacco is not going to do anything good for them. In fact, the quarterback, which and it's Drew Lock. I didn't really like Drew Lock coming out of college. I think that he was garbage, but I think that he has the potential. With the right people, he might be able to shed some of that garbage Missouri on him. So we'll see. Mike Sarah says at least 4 sacks, hopefully. Chris Donnett, the offense will show true potential. That's good. I'm hoping. Line is open, 813-699-0834. We've gotten through some of the kinks. At least you guys can hear me. I can hear you. You can call in. Yeah, I know Locke is hurt, but I mean he is going to be a Bronco for a while. I don't think Flacco is the answer to that team. Yeah, I like I said, Flacco is just he's garbage. 2 picks and 4 sacks. I'm hoping that Tommy is right with Kirk Cousins throwing a lot of picks. I hope so. I still remember the game when the Blue Angels did the overflight, and Derek Carr throws that pick 6 to Chris Harris. That was not last year, the year before that. And everybody blamed the Navy for that one. I'm like, really? You're really going to blame the Navy pilots for the Raiders losing that game? Nah, that's BS. Anyway, line is open, 813-699-0834. Ed Winchell says Cousins is still dangerous. It depends upon which player's out there. It is past 11 o'clock. Well, that's good. It finally got through. I'm glad that the sound is gotten through. I might have to. I'll see if I don't know why that the sound is so bad. Paris Pig was in 2015. Okay, Mike. Thank you for. So that was 20. So wow, I'm way off then. It was when the Blue Angels did the overflight. That was back in 2015. Wow. Just thought it was like not last year, but the year before. Yeah, time rolls by. Lines open, 813-699-0834. Like I said, when will I be on next? Well, I'm hoping to be on after the game on Sunday. I did put OBS on the computer that's over here. I can't understand why there's really crappy sound coming out of but on my soundboard, I'm like it's showing red. You guys know how you have like green, yellow, and red. When I talk, it is like bouncing. It's like straight red, like way, way too loud. So, at least you guys can hear me now. Check. Yeah. Lines open, 813-699-0834. Hopefully I will be on Sundays after the game. Or I should say Monday. I might try to be on Sunday before the game. Depends upon what the events are. I know that there is an event for the Black Hole is having a party on Sunday night. I will be there for that. So, am I going to be on 1 a.m. Tuesday morning? No, that's way late. I might just have to wait. Yeah, because it's Monday night. I might just have to wait until, because Tuesday I'm traveling. Wednesday is the. I'll try. Let me see if it's 7, 8, 9, 10. Be midnight. Yeah, if it wasn't the second Monday night, the number 2 Monday night game would be on so late. Yeah, I can't do that. And then Tuesday I'm traveling. Wednesday I will be, like I said, I will be on with the Angry at Trask for the Coast to Coast Raider Nation podcast. That'll be on Wednesdays, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. And depending upon how late Andrea and I will stay on, I might try to be on earlier. But remember, Wednesday, the Coast to Coast Raider Nation podcast returns. Thursday, yeah, I should definitely be on. I don't care what the Thursday game. Actually, it's the Bucks and the Panthers. And I don't really care about that. It's up in Carolina, so figure you'll hear me Wednesday for the Coast to Coast Raider Nation podcast with Angry at Trask, and Thursday we'll do another As Captain Jack show. So Thursday night we'll be doing this. So set your watches, okay. And Friday, this Friday, I'm going to be announcing over at the Northeast High. I am the public address announcer for Northeast High football here in St. Pete. I didn't get a chance to finish this, but I wanted to show this again. My thank you to I thank you again to the Chief Selects that got the flag and they pressed it and they folded it and I put it in a bag to keep it fresh. Again, thank you to the Chief Selects of the mess here in Tampa. No, Lauren, Big L, and I don't do shows anymore, Mike. That was Big L's decision, but so no, Big L just does shows with that other person. And it'll just be myself and Angry at Trask this year. No hate and discontent for Big L, but he didn't want to do shows with me. He wanted to do shows with the other channels. I said okay. Yeah, I don't say his name, Mike. Not a lot of love lost there. I'm not going to say anything bad. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. But join Angria and myself for intelligent sports talk for people that actually know shit. Could I want to come on a Raiders Live YouTube podcast on Saturday night sometime? This Saturday night? Hardcore? I'm amenable to something. Sure. I mean, I will be out. I will be out there in Oakland. Hardcore. Get with me, and I'll try to do a YouTube with you. Raider Ben, Raider Dave, and me. Yeah. Where are you? Is it going to be out in Oakland there? Hardcore. Yeah, get with me, Hardcore. Get with me, and I'll see if we can make it happen. I'm sure. I mean, I know I do things with Raider Homer, but I'll be more than happy to come on with other folks as well. So yeah, just get with me. You see the number there. I would say text that number. It goes to Google Voice. And we'll do that. Yeah, Mike, Sarah, I definitely would like to do a show with the Bear. That's up to the Bear. In fact, I'm actually probably talking too much. I think he's probably doing a show right now, so I don't want to go over on his airtime. But yeah, we'll try to do a show together with the Bear. I like the Bear. We have a really good rapport together. 5 to 6 Pacific, 2 hours long, StreamYard platform. 5 to 6 Pacific. Hardcore. Get with me, and I'll give you my my personal cell phone number, and we'll try to get something done. In fact, I'll see if I can send. Can I send you a message? I'm not sure. Let me put that here. I don't know how to do that. No, I tried to do this message. Bear's awesome, but you still have the... Oh, thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Live on YouTube will do, and thank you. Yeah, okay, live on YouTube. That's... Well, you'll have to get with me on how you want me to do that. I guess a call-in as well. But like I said, send a message or text the 813-699-0834 number, and then I'll get back with you. I'll give you my full number. We'll go from there. And Mike, thank you for the compliment, man. Hopefully we get more people to show up and watch, but that's we'll take care of that. I enjoy this, so it's always fun for me. It's 11:20. And if we get a call, great. If not, I'll give it 2 minutes. I'll give it 2 minutes. Where else can you hear Tommy? Tommy? Got to bring the Raider Nation. Oh, yeah, I agree, Hardcore. Yeah, it's... I get along with 99%, maybe 98% of the Raider Nation. There's people I don't get along with. I think you guys can figure out one already. But I wish him no ill will. It's the way it is. Okay, let's see who this is. 719, who am I talking to? Hello? Hello?
I'm Jack. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Who's this?
This Hardcore Raider.
Hey, good to hear from you, Hardcore. I'm glad that you called in, and what I'll do is I got your number in my phone. Okay. So hopefully it showed up. 1 second here, because that's why I try to keep my phone on, so when there's phones that come in, phones that call in. Oh, okay, yeah, I got it. It came in. It actually showed up. So yeah, you're already in here.
Yeah, I've called once before.
Okay, cool. I'm glad. And yeah, you were in there, so I do have your number. So yeah, get with me, and this way we'll go over all the things. Now, what were you wanting as far as how you were trying to do the show?
Yeah, just a couple questions. I mean, some of this is kind of, we were trying to bring on someone else that does podcasts and that wants to come on. So we're just kind of trying to unite some of the Raider family. Bring in some guests here and there, and Raider Dave, Grimy Nation, he has his own YouTube channel, and then Raider Ben has his. I don't. I just like to participate. I don't need to be the guy in the limelight, just kind of there to help put out some good positivity content for the Raiders fans. We kind of we like to have a good time. We don't hold back punches, so we're maybe a little different than I think you'd be a good fit to join in, though, because I know you're like that too, from what I've heard. So
I appreciate that. Now, is Raider Ben commish, or is this another Raider Ben?
Is he what? Say that again.
Is your Raider Ben the commish?
I've never heard that term with him, so I would have to assume not, but I know he's been around the YouTube stuff for a while, but he's kind of changed some things, and so, you know, I was doing it with him and someone else, and then Raider Dave's one of my buddies who does some really great like content about the Raiders, so we're just all diehard fans, so we have a good time, and you know, I know you don't hold back punches either, so I think that's awesome about you because you keep it real, and that's what how we are,
I appreciate that. Yeah, if you want me on a show with some guy named Raider Ben and he wanted me on there with you, then it's definitely not the commish, because the commish, his first name is Ben, so that's the reason why I asked.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would assume not, but
Yeah, we don't speak to each other. That's just about the way it is.
Okay. Well, hopefully it's not that, because I think a lot of, I don't know, like, because I heard something you said before, and I don't know the other situation. I don't want to get involved in it, but I just think that, like, when I look at kind of last year and kind of what motivated me to get more involved with like YouTube and stuff was just between the move, the Mac trade, all the losing for all the years. I think a lot of Raider Nation has just been dealt with so many lows that a lot of our fandom has kind of turned on each other at times, And I'm not trying to take away from any like truth or reality in anybody's situation. I just think it's kind of disappointing that we all love the Raiders and we've all struggled, and I think anything that could be done, even if say it was me that inserted foot in mouth or someone else, to be able to get past it and just kind of focus on a year of redemption and try to bring the family back together, instead of being separated. Because I truly believe a lot of Raider fans probably don't agree with me, but I truly believe that us Raider fans, like us Raider Nation, I truly believe we feed the team. And if all we're putting out there is negativity, even if some of it's reality, I'm not saying don't live like in reality. I mean, live in truth, absolutely. But if all we put out there is junk, I mean, it's going to be hard for these guys to, I think, be as motivated as they could be. And so, I think, if we feed this team with some love and some positivity and support them, especially at the end of the game, because we know we lost a lot of games at the end. But, I think anything can happen. I'm not claiming Super Bowl, but, so I don't know. That's maybe a little preachy, but that's kind of where I stand.
No, I mean, and I agree with you. Like, and I'm being very honest. And the fact is that I think I'll just say it as it is. The commission and I had a falling out. It's been about a year, and that's all I'm going to say about it. I do have a message that I kept on my cell phone from the last time he spoke to me and left a message, and it wasn't very nice, and I've always kept it just to make sure that I have evidence of what his last phone call to me was. And I'm not going to say anything disparaging about the commish, but we don't do shows anymore, and that was his decision, and partly because. Let's put it this way: I put up with a lot of flack and a lot of guff from him, and I finally got sick of it. Then he told me off, and I told him off, and we haven't spoken since. And that's the short version. And Big L was doing shows with me last year, and he's gone back to doing them with the commish, and I have no issues with Big L, and people are saying that I keep trash talking the commish. I don't trash talk him because unfortunately I don't really think that he knows his shit, but that's just me.
Right, and I'm not trying to go down that I don't know situation. So I apologize. I wasn't trying to.
No, I wanted to clarify it. Like I said, I'm not going to say anything.
I know my buddy Raider Ben. I know he's like pissed off some people, so I just don't know his past. I've linked up with him. I love him, dude. I love Raider Nation. I kind of, I get on the text and stuff as far as like YouTube, and I try to motivate the team. But last year I started swinging some punches at I guess you'd say enemies foreign and domestic, because I just felt like there were certain things that Raider Nation was doing and where the team is heading and stuff. It was really disappointing to see, and I think through all that adversity we went through last year, because that was to me that was the roughest year. I mean, I'm 37 years old. I was born and raised Raider fan. Been more tough years than good years, obviously, but last year was really tough on Raider Nation fans, and I think through all that, I think it's really made us stronger. The ones that didn't jump ship, I was calling people, walking the plank and jumping ship, which is kind of funny because your name's Captain Jack, but but I think a lot of the Raider fans that were kind of maybe toned down a little bit, especially some of the locals, and hopefully they'll support this team, because we got 1 year, we got one shot, that's it. Vegas, that's going to be great, but I'm not worried about Vegas or none of that. I want to win now, as well as I think every real Raider fan out there,
Yeah, I mean, we all want to win, and I'm very analytical in my views because that's what I do for a living, and I don't look at things with rose-colored glasses. I like to. I mean, I keep telling people that this team I think is going to be at least 7-9. And it's not because I'm a hater. It's just the fact is you looked at this team still has a bunch of gelling to do. It has a bunch of travel it needs to take care of. It's got a tough schedule. It got a little easier with Andrew Luck quitting. I thought that would be a game where, the Raiders go into Indianapolis, and that's a hard place to win anyway. But it becomes a little bit easier when the quarterback is Jacoby Brissett, not Andrew Luck. So, that might be one extra win that we get, which maybe now we're 8-8. And so there's a lot of time left. But maybe there's some injuries that we don't know about that happen to our team, or maybe there's injuries that happen to other people's teams. I just say that this is definitely a wait and see and see what we got. It's not a bad team. It's not a great team, so that's why, again, an average team. Remember, if they improve 100%, they're 8-8. That's 100% improvement. So, if they improve 200%, that's 12-4 and in the playoffs. So we'll see what we got. I think it's going to be, not quite 100% or maybe 100% improvement. Or hey, if we're 12-4, then I'll go and eat some of those wonderful, marijuana brownies that everybody tells me about that I've never indulged with, to celebrate. But that's beside the point.
Yeah, definitely. Well, hey, let's talk about that, because I'm curious on your opinion. And we kind of talked about this in our past, episodes, but so we probably won't talk about it, if you come on. But so one of the things I'm curious of your opinion with. That I want to ask you is with Andrew Luck getting hurt, and then with, with the Chargers, with Derwin James getting, hurt, he's out for probably the season, and then the holdout with Melvin Gordon, and which potentially could be the season. Does that change your record at all with the Raiders? I don't know where you had our wins and losses, but do you think that gives us an edge? Well, obviously, it would give us an edge, but did that change your overall outcome of expectations for a record at the end of the year?
Yeah, I mean, I gave us an extra win, with Luck being out. I said at the beginning, I think we're 7-9 because of what we have going on. With maybe if we beat the Colts, I think that will be that one extra win. So I say, and if we'll find out week 3 or week 4, whatever. I think it's week 4 now. We'll find out week 4, and Tommy was saying that he has us 4-0 going into London. I'm like, hey, I'd love to see that, but that means that we're beating Kansas City at home, which we haven't beaten Kansas City on a Sunday in God knows how long. We beaten Kansas City on Thursday nights at home, but not on a Sunday. We should have beaten them last year because I was there at that game, and it was friggin' disheartening that we lost to Kansas City when I was there. It was disheartening when we lost to the Colts last year when I was there at home. Those are two games we should have won. We shouldn't be 4-12. We should have been at worst 6-10 because those two games hurt. But, with Derwin James being out, with a lot of issues going on with the Chargers, what's good for them and not good for us is the fact that both of the games against the Chargers are late in the year. I think they're in November and December. We don't see the Chargers until November. And by then, a lot of will have already been played out. We get the Chargers. I think we get the Chargers on the Thursday night game at Oakland, if I'm not mistaken. And
first game is Thursday. I have it right here. It's Thursday, November 7th, and then December 22nd is the away game, and it's to be announced.
Right, because they don't know whether it's going to be a Saturday or a Sunday game because that's when, college is out and they start throwing games on Saturday. I got tickets for the game. Actually, I got tickets for both games, so I'll see both games. Knock wood, I'm still hanging around and living and breathing. But again, I think that they're winnable games. They've always been winnable games, but for some reason we always seem to split with the Chargers. So, we seem to have a better luck with beating the Broncos twice, losing to the Chiefs twice, and splitting against the Chargers. That's just about the way it's been for a long time.
Oh yeah, I remember when Gruden was our coach before. We had I think we broke the record for most field goals in a game. It was we were playing the back then San Diego Chargers, but it was just field goal after field goal. I think it was 12-15 or something crazy when they were all field goals. Yeah, they're always tough games. It's weird to me in our division because it doesn't matter how good they are or how good we are, even though we've had short stints of that, or umpteen years or whatever. But those rivalry games are almost always close, no matter if one team's more dominant than the other. But I agree they can go any of our rival games. I think can go either way. I mean, we've kept up with the Chiefs in one of those games for a while, and it kind of got away from us. Just I think a lack of talent. But do you think that do you think team unity is the number one thing for the Raiders to have a successful season this year? And by success, I mean a winning record, potential playoff spot.
I think that, and granted, with the Hard Knocks crew in there, and you only see snippets, but a lot of things were exposed, and I liked what I saw as far as the way that the team is getting along. Well, maybe it's because that they were painting a rosy picture of what they wanted us to see. I didn't see a lot of infighting. I saw a team. And again, I haven't seen the last episode. I'll probably watch it tomorrow. I didn't see a team that, other than the situation with AB, who was kind of standoffish and on his own, this was a team that had a lot of issues with bringing in Richie Incognito and bringing in Vontaze Burfict. But I didn't see anything that showed that to be a what do you call it? Obstruction or a hindrance or something like that. Richie Incognito was a very well respected, as was Vontaze Burfict, portion of this team. So once AB shows up and shows out, and hopefully he will, I see nothing but good things for this team in Gruden 2.0.2 or 2.2, yeah, 2.2. Second time with the team, second year with the team, and we'll go from there. I see a lot of good things happening with this team. I don't know whether we're going to have enough to make a playoff berth. It's probably because I've always been on the pessimistic side because I always hedge in the, if you look at the worst thing that can happen and you plan for the worst thing, then anything better happens is a bonus. So I always plan for the worst and hope for the best. And that's why I think this could be a 7-9, 8-8 team. Now, again, we don't know what's going on with the rest of our opponents. Maybe Patrick Mahomes has a catastrophic injury the first game of the year like Brady did the first game of the year that brought him out, that brought in the no hitting the quarterback below the knee rule because you want to make sure your prima donnas are standing. There's a lot of things that we don't know it's going to happen this year. So hopefully it'll be good. I really foresee that the Raiders will be a playoff caliber team come 2020. I see it going into Vegas that they're going to be knocking on the door of the playoffs. And that's not me smoking something. That's just me saying that will be the third year of the Gruden transition. The first time he was our coach, they were 8-8 and 8-8, and then they were 12-4. So I see it happening in year 3 because it takes a bit for the team to gel, and this is not the best year when you have all this travel that you have to deal with. And, the team getting together. So it's a younger team as a whole because Ed was alluding to how we've gone from being one of the oldest teams in the NFL to being a team that's very young. And aside from AB and Incognito and Burfict, there's a lot of young talent on this team. So, I like the vets that we do have, but we have a largely young team, and it's going to take that young team to gel. I like where we're going.
Well, I can use an analogy that makes me think, some optimism with this team. We have a lot of new acquisitions, a lot of young guys. And I was in the Army for a short stint. I joined a little bit older than most guys. I was 23. I'd already, lived in the real world and, was a manager at a young age and stuff like that. Wasn't a very good leader, but, I had my toes wet at least a little bit before I went in. And I remember when in the Army, it was like, these are the guys that are supposed to be like, going to be the future fearless leaders and, the guys that I'm supposed to look to have my back in combat, and I was just looking around, scratching my head. But at the end of that 3 months, like, my opinion changed for a large portion of the guys, There were some that, you could probably tell they just, were always going to be, maybe not the best character guys, but towards the end of it, like, we started really gelling as a team. But it took a lot of hardship. It took a lot of mistakes from those young guys learning. I mean, there was guys that didn't know how to fold their clothes or let alone just do laundry or clean a toilet, and I'm not exaggerating. And so, but towards the end of it, like, they started, we started clicking as a team. And, that just takes time. And so, my opinion is what this team needs to do to be successful, and this is just my opinion, is to gel as one unit. And I'm not saying everybody's got to be having beers or picnics together when their days off, but I'm just saying to be able to be cohesive as one unit because we are young and we do have so many new players to the team. I think the best thing we could do is once we start that first road game, of our stretch, is just to stay on the road until our bye week, until after London, and then come back home. And I think that could give us a better chance to unite and for them to kind of create some bonds together. Because if you're bonded with your brothers, you'll have their back. You fight harder for guys that you respect and that you go to battle with. When you sweat next to other dudes, it sounds stupid, but when you're all sweating in the foxhole together, you know what I mean? You create something that, like, you want to fight for that guy. And it's hard to explain, but, if this team can do that, I'm very confident that if we that road game stretch is like, to me, a determining factor of what's going to happen the rest of the season. Because if we don't come out with wins, it could create some division. But if we come out with some good wins out of that road game stretch, we could be very strong mentally and physically as a team because of that. I mean, that's like trial by fire, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how we're molded through that rough process is really going to determine the second half of the season and what kind of Raiders we're looking at. And really, to me, these first two games, I mean, it sucks we don't have Jackson and Incognito. Both those, I think, hurt. It really kind of pisses me off Hill didn't get suspended. But you know what? We should face the best guys and see who as the best man wins and whatnot. But to me, those first two games, those are like playoff games.
Yeah.
Really, like if the Chiefs a tall order, I think we should be able to get a win against the Broncos. But they got a tough defense. They're going to be trying to just rip Derek Carr's head off. and it's something I want to get into on our podcast. So maybe I'll stay a little reserved on that subject, but we'll see how the game planning goes. You can either run the ball to set up the pass or pass the ball to set up the run. However, if you have guys rushing the quarterback, I think one of those methods outweighs the other, in my opinion.
Well, I actually believe that if we're going to win the opener, we're going to have to do the same thing that we did both times that we played the Broncos at home, and that's run, run, run. We're going to need to be predominantly stronger, like the Sunday night game that was on NBC when we were out there and we whooped their butt running the ball against Denver. I was at that game. And we won last year by, having that nice special teams touchdown by Harris, and it was a well-played game, but it was a lot tighter. If you guys remember, that last game was a lot tighter than it needed to be. But if we run the ball like we did 2 years ago on that Sunday night game, I think we win. Because if you run at Chubb and if you run at Von Miller, it takes them out of their element because they're not rushing the passer. They're trying to grab the ball carrier. And I think that that's where we will be able to be better than them, is running right at them. Obviously, you're going to throw the ball when you have a chance, but you wear them down with the run, and then you throw over the top when you can. And, our receivers this year are the best receiving group that I can recall ever. Top 6 wide receivers plus the 3 tight ends, and then the running backs that we have, are all very capable running with the ball and catching the ball and just juking people. So we're very good at the skill positions. As long as you keep Carr upright and you run the ball, I think we beat the Broncos. Now with the Chiefs, it's going to be not per se running the ball at the Chiefs. It's going to be outscoring the Chiefs. And it's going to be like a 45-43 shootout. And I don't know who wins that game. Hopefully we win that game. But the Chiefs game is going to be very high scoring. The Broncos game is going to be a lot lower scoring than people think. So, I'd love to be 2-0 going into Minnesota. Tommy Beard says that Kirk Cousins is going to throw a pick. I'm hoping. And then we go into Indianapolis, which is a very hard place to win with or without Andrew Luck. And you go in and you're 4-0 going to London. I mean, that would be fantastic. I mean, I hope to see that.
Well, so here's my take on all that first stretch of games, because I'm mainly worried about the first quarter of the season. I'll count the Bears in there, even though that's like week 5. But with the Broncos, I agree with you. We have the best wide receiver core. Even when we had Jerry Rice and Tim Brown, I think our wide receiver core is better than that. Antonio Brown, I'd say is equivalent to like a Jerry Rice. Tim Brown, Tyrell Williams may not be as good as Tim Brown was, but I think our backups behind them are better. So I'm thinking with the Broncos, if we run like a 3 or 4 wide receiver set, or like a single back, and then maybe have Jacobs run as a wide receiver at times, and really get Von Miller and Chubb on their heels, because they're not going to be able to catch. If they're rushing the ball, the middle of the field is going to be open, and they're going to have to go with a nickel package, and that's going to open up the run game, because they're going to have to, I think, I would love to run the ball and it be successful, but I also think that John Gruden sometimes, and I'm a huge Gruden supporter, so I love him. But the one downside is I think that some other coaches know his predictability, and that he wants to run the ball to set up the pass, because he's like that old school West Coast, style. But if he switches it up from his normal style and catches them on their heels, they're going to be playing catch up. And then I think that will also open up the deep ball. And then we start pounding the rock at them towards, maybe a little bit further into the game, and start wearing their defense down. If we try to just pound the rock because Gruden's just real putting it at wearing them down, I think we could struggle some. So that's my concern with them. With the Chiefs, I think if we hold keep Mahomes from rolling outside, he does his most damage when he's rolling outside. So you have to have some guys that can force him to go back inside to where, he might get some yards running no matter what. But force him to have to go at the linebackers. Because all it's going to take is someone like Burfict, dude, smacking that dude real good and hard one time. Just like Al Davis said, the quarterback must go down.
And you must go down hard. Yep, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so if we keep Mahomes from rolling outside as much, and since we're doing nickel package, there's a lot more possibility that we have some speed that can help with that. I'm not saying fully contained, but help with that. And then somehow figure out a way to cover Kelsey and definitely cover Hill. Then I think we have a shot. Kelsey, really any of the tight ends, whether it's Kelsey or even Noah Fant with the Broncos, to me is a big question mark because I don't think any of our linebackers, maybe Morrow and Markel Lee, can cover tight ends a little bit, but not enough to be as impactful as you would hope or like. And I think our cornerbacks are fast enough, but I don't know if they necessarily have the height to always be going up for those jump balls with Kelsey. And I'm not trying to diminish their athleticism or anything like that. I just think that, when those jump balls happen, it's going to be harder for some of our, shorter safeties to be able to attack that. And then the Vikings, they have a good defense. I'm calling that a loss on our end. I think that's going to be a tough game. Indoor field, all that stuff. The Colts, I think Carter's going to have an edge on him all year long. Like, was it the Cardinal game? Like, if you look in his eyes after he, I can't remember if it was after he got a touchdown or right before the game, I think he's stepping up to be the leader that us Raider Nation has wanted him to be, the vocal leader, and he has been at times. But, he's fired up, he's, keeping guys in check and certain things like that, and that's what you want. You want your quarterback to be leading those guys, but he had a look of a warrior. He's hungry, and he doesn't forget who hurt him. You know what I'm saying? If someone broke my leg and I'm playing them, you better believe there's an extra edge to me when I'm going into that stadium and it's an away game and trying to take back something that was taken from me. You know what I'm saying? So I think Carr's going to come out swinging, really motivated for that Colts game, and I think we can definitely win that game. Road game's going to be hard, yeah. And then as far as the Bears, here's the deal with the Bears, man. If say Khalil Mack has a record 5-6 sack game, worst case scenario, Hurts Carr or something like that, dude, we will never live that down. And Gruden knows that. He traded Mack, but Mack didn't want to be a Raider. And that's a whole other tangent. I know everybody's got their own takes on that. I'm not trying to go down that road. But our coach is not going to let Khalil Mack kick his ass. Or he's at least going to do, he's at least going to do everything he can to prevent Mack from dominating us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, Mack is going to be incognito. You know what I'm saying? You bring in somebody like incognito because you're worried about Mack. And so, we're going to go straight from the East Coast straight to London, and start preparing. We're going to be adjusted, and Gruden's going to do everything in his power to have this team ready to go up against Mack and that Bears team. And it's a tall order. But if we can come out of that first 5-game stretch and we're 4-1 or 3-2, I mean, we're looking pretty good to see how the rest of the season goes.
Oh yeah.
We'll see from there.
Yep, I do agree with that. I said I want to see a winning record. At worst, I want to see 3-2. 4-1 would be great. 5-0 would be wonderful. I just hope that this team will need to gel very well and quickly in order for that to happen. Is it possible? Sure. I want to see it, and until I see it, I'm not skeptical, but I'm just very reticent to put us that way as of right now.
Oh yeah, no, and we should be. I mean, you're reserved, and all of us should be somewhat reserved, but. I'm super excited, but I'm also reserved. I don't think we're going to go get 30 sacks this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, so I'm real reserved at the defensive line, defensive end position, but there's a lot of potential. More potential than other years. I always start the season pretty optimistic, and then after, about halfway through the season, I'm still hoping, we pull off the wins, but it stays tough to be as motivated. But as of right now, I mean, I'm really motivated. We got a lot of talent on the team. I wish the antics would stop with AB, but that's who he is. We knew what we were getting, and you know, I don't know. Any thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I'd like to, trust me, I'd like to talk a little bit more about it, but it's going to midnight, and so need me to actually get a little bit of sleep. But I think that AB will be an asset, because until he's an asset, he's just been an asshole, and hopefully he will start being an asset, and I'm hoping on that, and we'll see. But hey, Hardcore, it's great hearing from you. Get with me via the text. Hopefully, I said I'll try to text you after this, so you have my real cell number, and we'll go from there. And I said if you need me to come on for show, sure, I don't mind doing that at all.
All right, that'd be great. We'd love to have you.
All right, hey, thanks for the call as well, partner.
Have a good night. Thank you. Let's go Raiders.
Go Raiders. That's right. That's a Hardcore Raider, and that is my last call of the night, as it's been a really good night here. Oh, it looks like the outro music is actually playing this time. For some reason, the intro music wasn't showing up on the beginning of the show, so I don't know what happened there. But I am seeing that the outro music is playing. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. Yeah, Mike Arline, I saw you come in late. That's fine. Hey, better late than never. And it's always a pleasure to have everybody here. We'll see you again Wednesday for the Coast to Coast Raider Nation podcast. Hopefully I'll get that all squared away. But we'll be doing that Wednesdays, and come hook or crook, and we'll get that all done. Y'all have a wonderful night. We will see you after a Raider victory against the Broncos. Y'all take care. We'll see you next time.